Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I haven't been on here much because I've been focusing more on my Instagram page, but I wanted to update you how I'm doing. The number one thing is that I got off beta blockers. They really helped me for a long time. However, the long-term side effects were outweighing the benefits of the medication. Number two, I cut out gluten and dairy and followed Dr. Gates' plan, my chiropractic neurologist, and I saw the benefits. Wasn't like right away, but I definitely noticed the difference when I cut out gluten and dairy. It truly changed my life for the better. Number three, having an accurate diagnosis was very helpful. I finally got diagnosed officially once I came back from seeing Dr. Gates with the medical side. I got diagnosed with POTS about 2 years ago. And then using a combination of medicinal and holistic approaches, I have been able to manage my POTS symptoms. Like, I'm not saying I'm like completely cured, but I am so much better than I was. So much better. Number four, I continue to have muscle spasms. However, they are so much better now that I found this medication called Mestinon. I was denied by my insurance to go to the Mayo Clinic. So I started talking to people online and asking them, what did they do for you for your POTS when you went to the Mayo Clinic? And they all said, I got started on Mestinon. And then so I said to my cardiologist here, can we try Mestinon? And it was a game changer. I mean, muscle spasms everywhere, and they're so much better now. They're like barely there at all. Number five, I was able to walk 4.3 miles last year in the Detroit Food Press Marathon. And to do that after 2 years prior, just struggling to get to work, was just proof that it's worth it. Number six, my brain fog is so much better than it was before. I used to walk into rooms and forget why I was walking into there. I had put random things in the refrigerator. Definitely occasionally still happens, but I realized that was a POTS symptom. And so when that was happening, I was realizing that apparently I was losing blood flow to my brain. And so therefore, that's why I was acting all wonky, and why people, though, just mistakenly diagnosed me as ADHD and put me on Ritalin as a child, but really, I really think I had POTS for a lot longer than when it really got bad. Because when I started treating my POTS, it was like the first time that I can remember, like in my life, being able to truly focus on a conversation. I mean, I noticed a significantly increase in my ability to communicate with people. And I wish someone would have seen this a long time ago. Number seven, I survived the coronavirus. Through all this chronic illness and everything, I happened to contract the coronavirus as I'm a healthcare employee, and it was almost inevitable. And I had fever for like an entire month and couldn't taste or smell anything. It was rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was rough, but I think it would have been a lot worse if I wouldn't have been working on my health to begin with. So, definitely grateful for that, but it was not easy, and that was a rough. I was off work for like 6 weeks. Longest time I've ever been off. Very strange times. Number 8. Okay, so where can I go after the coronavirus? I mean, you survived the coronavirus? Hell yeah. You just feel like you're on the top of the world. But Some things that I've had struggles with since having the coronavirus is I've kind of struggled with my bladder. I've had problems with my bladder my whole life, and not many people want to hear about the bladder, but I don't care. I'm just going to tell you about my bladder. You can fast forward if you don't want to hear about it. But my whole life, I've never been able to really feel when I have to, urinate. But apparently, that's not normal. Like, 'cause I never realized it, because you never know it's not normal until there's a problem. But anyways, the coronavirus made like my kidneys inflamed, and then it just made this whole neurogenic bladder worse. So now when I went back to work, I had to use catheters, and it was like, what? Catheters? Like, what? Yeah, I had to. That was rough. And so while I'm at a nursing home helping people and that like that, I had to take breaks. And then the hardest thing was just about the hygiene. How do you keep yourself from getting infections? When you have the straight cath at work. So I tried really hard, but still kept getting infections. Also, I think that was related to the coronavirus. I just kept getting UTI after UTI, 5 UTIs in a row after the coronavirus. So finally, my doctor ended up putting me on these prophylactic antibiotics. Okay, so that's like I've been on antibiotics for like, I don't know, a couple months now, just a low dose. But still, I don't like that because it's ruining my gut bacteria and everything I have been working on with Dr. Gates. So, in summary on that, no, coronavirus affects your entire body. So this shit is real. Number 9, my fatigue has improved tremendously. Not 100%, but significantly in the last 2 years. It wasn't just an easy fix, but it took time, energy, effort, everything. And it was totally worth it. So one of the things that really helped was a supplement called pregnenolone, like the mother of hormones, really good medicine. I mean, also berberine helped with the syndrome X, or, metabolic syndrome, affects women. Magnesium actually made me more tired at first. But there's so many factors that really, really, really helped me. Exercise, changing my diet, drinking more water, eating more salt. I got so much energy once I could eat more salt. I was like, what? And then I ate more salt, got jumping around. It's like my spinach. And then here I am saying this as I'm yawning. I'm like, oh, I'm so much. It's like 11 o'clock at night that I'm doing this video. So, but anyways, my fatigue is so much better. And yeah. Number 10, IV hydration. I was started on IVs about a year and a half ago, and they were incredibly helpful in my healing journey. I don't recommend them for everybody. However, if you're in a desperate situation and you've tried every medication and every treatment possible and you're still having trouble, then I recommend looking into IV saline infusions. I was getting them at first 3 times a week for months and months and months, probably 8 months. And then I cut it, it was probably a year maybe. Actually, think about it. It was probably a year. And then after a year, I cut it down to 2 times a week. And then now I'm all down to 1 time a week. And I managed to get through it. And I am doing better. But during that time, I desperately needed the fluids. It helped me recover from whatever POTS, is still very misunderstood and it's really not researched. So, I don't know, it just has to do with fluid volume, it has to do with blood volume, and especially during that time of month, oh, it was helpful, so helpful to have IVs. But now I'm getting better. I'm only doing it one time a week, and then hopefully like none or just as needed. So helpful, so helpful. So definitely look into that. Even Dr. Gates was on board with that because it's very minimally invasive. The only problem is if you do that continuously, your veins eventually will wear out, or you'll just get poked a bunch of times. And my veins were never good to begin with, so there's been times it's been like takes 7 times to get poked, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. Yeah. So that's just a little update on me and what's going on. Like as far as the rest of everything else that's going on, I'm making lots of improvements, but the bladder thing is my issue right now, and then continued POTS symptoms. But I'm so much better. So currently, I'm trying this InterStim device, which I'll do another video about. But I just wanted to update you guys, as I haven't really updated any on this page very much, but just want to let you know that there is possibility to heal, but it also takes a whole body, I can't even speak, whole body, mind, soul, spirit approach. I 100% believe in that, and I didn't talk about that, but I also worked on my emotional health. I worked on breathing techniques. I worked on positive affirmations. I worked on prayer. I worked just on self-love and just finding happiness. That is a huge part of the healing journey, is finding in some ways who you are and who you are with chronic illness, and just learning to move forward. So and just love yourself. So I love you all.